and now you don't really want to rock the boat because this is someone good looking, in your opinion. This is someone you want to see again, in your opinion. Hi ladies, welcome back to the channel. I am Nina, and if you are new here, welcome. It is always so good to have all you beautiful, pretty ladies on here with me. And today's topic is about first date etiquette. It's mostly a reaction to a video I just posted on my YouTube. So if you have not seen it yet, check it out. And basically, it's also on my TikTok. If you're following me on TikTok, I will try and link all my social media down below, so you can check me out and follow me everywhere. But I basically reacted to this video on TikTok. Check it out. Then this video will kind of make more sense. Basically, another young lady with the first date gone bad, right? So basically, she meets this guy on a first date, and she feels like they had a really great time and she wants to see him again, but for some odd reason he's ended up with her bank debit card, and she's kind of in a place where obviously she wants her card back, but because there's kind of talks of seeing each other again, she's kind of waiting to see him for a date to get her card back, as opposed to just saying, hey, I'm gonna drive 5-10 minutes to your place to come pick up my card, can you meet me outside? And he has her card for the whole weekend, and he actually ends up spending her money. So, obviously it's now just escalating. She's called the bank to cancel the card, to report it stolen, and she's not sure whether to confront him or block him or, what to do. So I just want to basically break down what I feel she did not do right in the beginning that has led to this super awkward situation. And I feel like there's so many ways that we can prevent an awkward situation. It's better to kind of be firm and a little bit cold up front, to set the limits and the lines and the boundaries, so that later you're not having to have really awkward conversations. So I'm gonna list, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm gonna list all 5. All right, I'm gonna list 5 things to not do to avoid, or at least minimize, your chances of getting scammed. Let's face it, she was scammed. This guy somehow got a hold of her money and used it without her knowledge or consent. And he's even ignoring her texts. So it's a scam. That's how I'm gonna look at it. And these are 5 ways to not get scammed on a first date. All right. Number 1, best way to not get scammed on a first date, the best way by far, in my opinion, is to leave your money at home. Leave your money at home. Don't take your debit card, don't take your credit card, don't take cash to a date. Now, let me explain. Have access to your money. And if you're living in this day and age and you're watching YouTube on your phone, you have access to your money through your phone, right? You have your banking app, all of that kind of stuff. You can access your money in case of an emergency. I always think about it like this. When I leave my house, one, am I able to get myself back home without this person? I'll sometimes let the guy pick me up, because driving is not always something I want to do when I'm going on a date, right? So the first thing I'm going to think and, accommodate for or make plan for is, how am I getting back home? I have my Uber app on my phone, right? And it's linked to whatever it needs to be linked to, my bank accounts and all of that kind of stuff. So I can get back home without having to carry cash. So worst case scenario, if I need to get home, I'll be able to get home. Cool. I don't need to bring money for that, right? If somehow he ends up being funny, this is not even something that I even plan for, because for me, I think you just kind of have to vet men before you even meet them. Make it very clear in your conversation that they are going to pay for this little outing. You are not, okay? So there already, but if he acts funny and I, God forbid, have to pay for my own meal, it's the same chat. It's on my phone. And you know what? I'm going to make it as inconvenient as possible by not bringing my bank card, because I don't plan to pay for a meal, a drink, anything, right? But my phone is there, it's fully charged, so if I need to get out, I'll be able to. That is the only thing you plan for. You plan to have your access to go home, access to money to go home, or even if it means you need to kind of send yourself cash through your phone number or whatever and go to an ATM, girl, whatever it is that you need to do, you can do it on your phone. You do not need to be walking around with your money at all, because someone can go into your bag, take your debit card out. Most of our debit cards right now and our credit cards, a certain amount doesn't require a PIN at all. You just tap and keep it moving, right? Scammers know this. So if they collect enough, they'll have enough to just, at each place, scan up to the limit and keep it moving. And you don't even get notified for those, because they're not really big purchases, right? Girl. So just leave your money at home. Just leave it at home. Your phone needs to be password protected. If you can have some sort of biometric fingerprint or face ID, access, that'd be great. Your banking app needs to have its own, access, so that if somebody, access code and passwords and whatever, so that if somebody gets a hold of your phone, they don't have access to your money. You're the only person who has access to your money. If they want to order themselves a ride, an Uber ride, well, I don't know how to log Uber, but that's not really that much damage. But someone actually going into your actual, well, depending, but someone going into your actual paper stacks, that's a big no-no. So just leave your money at home. That is my best tip to not get scammed on a first date. Number 2, make the date a little bit more challenging for the guy, okay? Go to dinner. Don't go bar hopping. It's a first date. He's supposed to be pulling out all the stops, right? One of the things this girl said in the video was she doesn't understand how some girls get guys, to steal their hearts and all of that kind of stuff, and she just has somebody stealing her money, her debit card. And this is basically one of the cornerstones of that, is that you have to make that first date, the first couple of dates at the very least, you have to make them challenging, because that's how men get invested. It's by spending time, energy, effort, resources on you. And if your first date is somewhere nice where you have to dress up, look cute, there's wine, you sit down at a table, you have a waiter, there's a menu, there's a chef at the back, there's a signature dish, chef's signature dish. If that's where you're going on a first date. Now, not to say a scammer won't take you there, but listen, he's more likely to take you to a bar if you'll say yes to that than a dinner date. I eliminate a lot of low effort people by demanding a dinner or a lunch date. And, you know, mostly because of like my dietary requirements, but also because of just how I choose to date. I will also kind of influence the person to let me choose where I want to go, where I want us to go, or, you know, he'll recommend something, you know, like, do you know the best sushi spot on this side of town or on your side of town? Then that sets the bar, okay? So you have to make the first date, you know, make him put in some effort. Make him put in some effort. I promise you, unless he's trying to scam you millions and millions of, you know, rands, dollars, whatever, he's probably not going to invest that much if all he wants to do is swipe your credit card. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of have to make it a little bit harder for them to gain access to you in the first place. Then they're more likely to, you know, act right, especially on a first date. Third way to not get scammed is to remember that scammers can be good looking. Scammers can have great personalities. They can be funny. Scammers can lie about what they do for a job. They can tell you they're in the financing industry, they're a banker, they this, they that, and the next thing. They're an attorney, they can say whatever they want to say. At the end of the day, the likelihood of you actually verifying what he does is very low. Think about the Tinder swindler, right? We all heard about it, and as much as, you know, some people could possibly judge those women for sending money to someone that they don't know, scammers know what they're doing. They earn your trust, and I always say this, ladies, people will trust you more the more groomed you are. So just take that tip real quick. But scammers do that. You know, they present themselves a certain way. You trust them. Oh, he's so good looking. Oh, he's got such a great personality. Oh, he made me laugh. Da, 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 da. And now you don't really want to rock the boat because this is someone good looking, in your opinion. This is someone you want to see again, in your opinion. Okay? So don't think just because somebody is good looking or whatever that they should get different treatment than somebody who is not good looking. As a woman, you should be treating all men that you don't know, let's put it like that, like strangers. They need to earn their place in your life. They don't get to just take you to a couple of bars and then now suddenly they have access to you and your resources on top of that. Do you know what I mean? Just have those, you know, make them come up to get it. Don't come down and dumb it down for them. Don't do that. All right, number 4, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up And also subscribe and ring the bell icon, because I will be coming out with part 2 where I discuss number 4 and number 5 on the list of 5 ways to not get scammed on a first date. Until then, remember to stay feminine, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.